Hey, what's going on everyone? Edwin Pagan here. Want to do a quick tutorial for you guys, quickly summing up some of the things I've been working on, and specifically I've been working with wireless hacking a lot lately, and I've looked at some of my tutorials and I see that a lot of them don't really go into the simple steps of wireless hacking and kind of the basic steps to get you up and running. So without further ado, in this video we're going to be talking about how to get you up and running, how to set up your wireless card for wireless cracking, and also some of the simple ways to do it on your Mac, in particular your Mac, because I'm going to be using a Mac for this tutorial using Parallels Desktop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, first things first, you want to make sure you have the right gear. Now, a lot of people wonder, or a lot of people have asked me, hey, is it possible to do wireless cracking on a Mac computer using Kali Linux in a virtual environment? A lot of people wonder because, how do you get the wireless card to connect to the virtual machine? And with Parallels Desktop, it does it very, very quickly, but you want to make sure you have the right wireless card. In this situation, I'm using a D-Link TP-Link TLWN722N, all right? Again, this is not the best tutorial, all right? I'm just trying to show you guys how we get business done. So make sure you have the right wireless card. This baby is about 14 bucks, give or take. On Amazon, it might be 20 at the time of this recording. I don't know. I bought it a long time ago. It's a great investment. I'm also using a MacBook Pro, latest one, so it's got all Type-C ports. So of course, I gotta have the USB to USB-C to the USB converter. It's a little hub, gets the job done. So without further ado, we're going to get this plugged in, and we're going to load up Kali. We're running the latest version of Kali on this. So getting this plugged in, plug in your wireless card, and let's go ahead and move over to our virtual computer. See, so we're in our Kali machine now. When you're in Linux, one of the ways to see your adapters on your computer, or see your wireless cards, is to do something called an if config, all right? That's basically saying interface configuration, all right? So if config, boom, and it's going to show you what wireless cards you have plugged in and what adapters you have plugged in, vice versa, right? So you can see USB, and you also see the WLAN 0. And that's good right there, right? Because that's our wireless card, right? So it's seeing our wireless card. That's good. Now, if you're running Kali Linux in a virtual environment such as Parallels Desktop, you want to make sure that it's plugged in, that it's seeing the wireless adapter. And the way you do that is, let's see if we can get our settings to pop up here. Bear with me. So we're gonna see right there, boom. Now under devices, under USB, you can see where it has my HP USB travel hub, the USB-C hub, and it also sees my wireless card. So when you do that, automatically in the virtual environment, what it's going to do is going to automatically see that wireless card or any USB peripherals that you have plugged in, and it's going to direct them to the virtual machine. So right now, technically speaking, there's native support for this wireless card right now, right? So that's good. We got our wireless card plugged in, right? So what now? What do we want to do? Well, it all depends on the type of hacking we're going to do. Now, traditionally, what I like to do is I like to put the card in monitor mode to just kind of see what kind of traffic is going by. But what's really good about Kali Linux is that there's a lot of applications to do automated hacking. So let's say you're dealing with a WEP connection, right? Now, if you're dealing with WEP, and then there's going to be notes on this later on, but if you're dealing with a WEP connection, the best way to get that cracked in a situation is using something called the Fern Wi-Fi cracker. Now, most networks now are not using WEP. It's very rare that you come across someone who's running WEP, but if they are, the Fern Wi-Fi cracker can actually crack a WEP connection very, very quickly, and show you what it looks like right here. It's going WLAN 0. And it's going to pull up. So it's now enabling monitor mode on the wireless card. Now we're going to do search for access points. It's initializing it. It's active, and now you can see it's finding all these WPA networks. Now, I haven't had a lot of success using Fern Wi-Fi cracker for WPA cracking, and we'll get into that. But traditionally, if you're dealing with WEP networks, Fern Wi-Fi cracker is the best way to do it. Success rate is like 100%, especially with WEP. So that being said, that's one of the automated ways to do cracking on Kali Linux. Now, the next tool I wanted you guys to take a look at is something called Wi-Fi. So the best way to launch Wi-Fi, open up the terminal. See if we have it open right here, and you type in Wi-Fi. Now this is an automated cracking tool, all right? Automated wireless auditor. What does automated mean? It means it takes care of all the hard stuff for you, right? It's going to take care of all the scanning, all that stuff for you. It does it for you, all right? Not really, but that's kind of the gist of it. So what's really cool about this is right off the bat, it's going to enable monitor mode on your card for you, so you don't have to type in any commands. All right, it's going to show you what wireless networks are around. So you can see my network right here is going to be the greaser. It can show you if WPS is enabled on that wireless network, and that's very, very important to know that because there's a lot of vulnerabilities with WPS. Now, what's really great about this is that it will automatically or do an automated attack on this computer, and it's going to do a couple of attacks on it, right? It's going to do a Pixie attack, which it uses a vulnerability in the WPS of a router. If you don't know what WPS, I don't know what it is barely, but what it, in short it is, it's the button that you press down on your router. If you push it down, it lets devices automatically connect to it without having to type in the password. It's very popular with devices such as webcams or like with devices that don't have screens on them. You hold the WPS button and it will sync up with the router and give it its password. That can be cracked. Now there's a couple attack vectors there. This application will utilize two of them, and then it also does a traditional WPA capture of the key. So what it does there, it's capturing the handshake, all right? It's letting you save that handshake offline and then try to brute force crack that password. So it does all those methods for you. So we can show you really quickly on one of my networks. So we're going to hit Control C, and the network I'm connected to is Greaser, so I'm going to type in the number 3. And as you can see, it's going to start doing an automated attack on it. Now, it skipped the WPS attacks because it already knows that it's not enabled in this router, but it's going to start listening for handshakes on my wireless network. And what's really cool about this is it takes care of a lot of the heavy lifting for you, right? So all the having to send code to a client, all this stuff does it automatically for you. So Wi-Fi is definitely the second tool you want to turn to when you're doing wireless cracking, mainly because it's just automated and it's really easy to do. So that being said, we showed you two automated tools to do wireless cracking. Let's show you the manual way to do it. So first things first, we want to make sure that our wireless card is in monitor mode. So we're going to go hit ifconfig, and as you can see, our wireless card is in monitor mode. Now, let's say there's an example when the card is not in monitor mode, right? Where you have to enable monitor mode, right? So let me show you how to do monitor mode from scratch. So we're going to reboot the virtual machine, and I'm going to show you from scratch how to put the card in monitor mode. So stand by. Now, while this is loading, of course, take the time to subscribe if you like the videos on the channel, comment, send me video ideas. I'm open to anything, all right? And I really want to start doing more videos like this where we kind of do like freestyle hacking, where we kind of don't go by the script and kind of just dive into what the methodology and the process of thinking when you're hacking. So let me know what ideas you guys have. I'm working on some really interesting stuff. I'm also working a day job, all right, because I got to provide for myself. But that being said, let's give this virtual machine some time to load. I got the latest and greatest Mac, and it's taking forever to load. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and open up our terminal, and now we're starting from scratch. Now, first things first, we want to make sure that we can see our wireless card. So we're going to do interface config. Boom. We can't see our wireless card, so that's a problem. So let's try it again. If config. Oh, see if we can type. Boom, it's not seeing it. So in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and unplug my wireless card, plug it back in. I see that the light's on, and see if I can see it again. Ah, boom, now I can see it. So what we want to do is we want to enable air monitor mode, right? That's airmon-ng, start it on WLAN 0, all right? So that's what we're doing here. We're saying airmon start WLAN 0. Now, airmon stands for air monitor, and it's basically what it's going to allow us to do is see all the traffic going on our card. So, or not traffic, but see all the wireless networks that exist out there, the MAC address of their base, etc. So, and we'll show you that right now. So, we're going to start that. But what's going on here? We're getting an error, and the error is it's not able to start because these processes are running. So, to kill those processes, we want to do kill 1133, kill 1235, kill 1645, boom. And let's go ahead and run this one more time. So let's go ahead and run airmon, WLAN 0, boom. And now you can see we have AirMon or air monitor mode enabled on our wireless card. So if we go if config, you're gonna see now that it's named WLAN 0 mon. Now, last but not least, in order to see the traffic that's out there, all the wireless networks, and to be able to capture those handshakes, what we want to do is we want to use an application called Arrow Dump. All right. Now, Arrow Dump is going to let us see the wireless networks that exist out there. And now how we want to run this is we're going to run arrow dump ng-wlan 0 m0n mon. So arrow dump, and we want it to run on WLAN 0 mon. And boom, just like that, and maximize this, we're able to see all the wireless networks that exist on our network. And you're slowly going to start seeing here WPA handshake captured. Now, you can play around with this a lot, and in some of the newer videos I'm going to be putting out, you'll be able to see what you can actually do with this application. But that being said, that's how easy it is to do wireless hacking on a Kali Linux machine. That's how easy it is to get started. So, of course, this video is for informational purposes only. This is for people out there who have an interest in security or actually want to see how vulnerable wireless really is. Now, of course, not all networks are susceptible to these tools, all right? And I don't want to say all these attack methods are 100% foolproof, but I just want to showcase, again, the tools that are available in Kali Linux and how you can actually get started with wireless hacking and how easy it is to do and how automated these tools have become. It's nuts how we went from just having aircrack and arrow dump and all that stuff to like having this wide variety of tools that you can use for wireless cracking. So guys, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe, like, send me comments, check out the website edwinpagan.com, which is changing soon. And till next time, take care everyone. Peace.